Hello, my name is Sara Richardson, and I will show you the project which we did, which is rust removing methods. This project was a collaboration between me, Luisa Elizondo Rodriguez, and Maria Daniela Martinez. So let's start. Introduction. Our main research question: what is the best way to remove rust of a chain with a common substance, like a common material found in your house? Our hypothesis was if using baking soda to remove the rust from a chain, then the chain will have less rust than if using Coke or vinegar, potato, or lemon. Another hypothesis, if using the potato to try to remove the rust from the chain, then the chain will be the same as it was before the experiment, so no changes from that. Justification. As it was previously commented, baking soda is really known for being a really good cleaner around the house. There was actually a study between Ajax and baking soda, which baking soda was the one that won much more. This is because there is ammonia in the chemical compound, and it's used for cleaning normally ammonia. This was found by an applied chemistry of baking powder and baking soda by Food and Beverages Inc. It is shown that baking soda has many other uses in removing rust, henceforth Ajax and baking soda won. The potato method of removing rust, as we got this information from various sources as well as sources from our own home, because who better to know how to remove rust than our mothers or the women that clean the house or ourselves. So we wanted to improve and to verify if it's true. The potato method of removing rust wasn't mentioned in many articles, and the articles, it was like more tertiary sources seeing this. The struggle to remove rust stains from concrete is established that it's very difficult to remove rust stains, especially with such a non-acidic object like the potato. Theoretical framework, it was very good. For the project proposal in Science and Technology, this class, it was decided to look for the results in removing rust from old materials, and which better way than to find these materials in our own home, because it will be much better to find all of this in your own home. It is affirmed that not only is it better, the objects that we find, but it does not harm the environment. It is very refreshing to knowing that there is a home product that can be used as a cleaning product that does not hurt the planet. Our product would be later told, and they are non-acidic. Rust, as you might know, comes from oxidation, and it's especially present when there is a lot of moisture. It is caused also by its state of disrepair or lack of use of metal. And what about the way of removing rust? Rust is commonly dissolved from the metal using materials that contains acidics or liquids. Henceforth, potato will not work that much. And are left rusted for hours. After those hours, they can be easily scrapped or rubbed off. But what is the best way to get them off? It is believed that the materials that would be the most useful when it's come to remove rust would be white vinegar. The reason, because it's many sources tells us this. After vinegar, it was stated that lemon and baking soda would be the next way to remove rust. Meanwhile, the material that is believed to be the least useful from removing rust is the potato. We added Coca-Cola because it was also told that it is also a good way to removing, but it seems kind of scary to knowing that might be because we drink Coca-Cola. This is skeptical, but let's see what's good to remove rust. The theories are certainly based from primary sources, secondary, and even tertiary. More primary than secondary and tertiary. Obviously, these are also the information from urban legends when it comes to removing rust in metals, as it was mentioned later before. The theories still stand. It is believed that any of the materials that were chosen will be able to remove at least some of the rust. methods, which are the variables. The dependent variables are the amount of rust left on the metal after the attempt to clean it off. The independent variables are the products, the methods that we use. So Coke, baking soda, potato, vinegar, and lemon. Control variables. The control variable is the metal that we use. It's a tiny chain because it is constant, and it is the same as for every experiment. We cut into 6 smaller pieces. The chains will also only stay under the product for the same amount of, we will be making rust out of the chains for a lot of time, and then we will remove the chain, all of them, in 6 hours. Materials: hydrogen peroxide, lime, 3 tablespoons of baking soda, 1 can of Coke, 1 potato, 1 cup of dish soap, a half cup regular white vinegar, and 18 pieces of 16 centimeters of chains. Experimental design. First, we will be making rust, because it's much more interesting in making rust and then removing rust. First off, we will be using cleaning it and then grabbing hydrogen peroxide and submerging it for 12 hours. After that, the methods will be used. First, it will be lime, a can of Coke, baking soda, potato, and white vinegar. Actually, it was easy because we just left it. For baking soda, white vinegar, and lime, and Coke, we used the same amount of time and the same amount of application, the measurements, to submerge under the chains. And then for the potato, it was cutting the potato in half, soak the bottom of the potato in a dish soap, and place it on top of the chains for 6 hours. After that, it would be comparing the results. So the data results. It was quite what we did not expect, actually. Lime, Coca-Cola, and actually potato were the three winning ones. They were much more able to remove the rust, while baking soda and white vinegar, the ones that we believe would be the good ones, were the ones that got away with the least. Normally, the mode that we by removing this is 2, 3, 8, and 9. We made a level from 1 to 10 from the method that takes away the most rust, 1 being the method that takes away the most, and 10 being the least of it. So these are how we saw this. These are the results. Lemon, Coca-Cola, baking soda, potato, and vinegar. This is a comparison. None were able to be clean from rust, but they were 2, and it was really inspiring. It was normally lemon and Coca-Cola. The rest was from potato, and then the least ones were baking soda and vinegar. It was, we at least took away some of the rust. The statistical analysis. From a null hypothesis and an alternative hypothesis. Null hypothesis pointing out that there is no difference in the level of rustness, and on the other hand, the alternative hypothesis would hint that there is at least 4 different methods applied, that there is a difference on them, and there's 4. After viewing the results and doing the p-value and other analysis, we concluded that we reject null hypothesis, and we acknowledge that there is a difference between all of them. There are not 4 visible differences, but 3. Between lime, baking soda, and potato, there is not much of a difference between lime and Coke, as well as baking soda and white vinegar, but there is a large extent from lime, potato, and baking soda. As it was seen, here it is here. Conclusions. The results that we obtained were agreeable yet surprising. The results taken all in an agreeable way. For example, we noticed that there is not much information about objects from your house that can take away rust. Hence this project, but as it was previously mentioned, there is a study between Ajax and baking soda, in which baking soda was the one to be more efficient on clearing away most of the dirty objects, rust involved. But lime, potato, and Coke were much more efficient in removing rust. Obviously, Ajax is not only used for rust, it's used for many other things. So it might be nice and much more entertaining to acknowledge that what of these methods that we use be applied on other things other than rust. To summarize these findings, the hypotheses that we made were completely wrong. Baking soda was not the best way to remove them. It was actually Coke, potato, and lemon. Again, potato, it was better than rust. After realizing the experiment side of the project and obtaining the results, lime and Coke were the best ones to remove rust. Then it was potato, and the least ones were vinegar and baking soda. There is no difference on the level. There is a difference on the level of rustless and different between them. And to conclude, there were some limitations, obviously. There were few repetitions. We only made 3 repetitions, and the sample that we used was a tiny metal. Next time, we suggest that we use more, a bigger quantity of metal and do a few more repetitions, as well to add more methods, like adding maybe Ajax or different types of Coke to see the difference on them. To improve at last is to add to the research question, which was, what is the best way to remove rust of a chain with common substances found at the home? Maybe we can improve it by adding, and why are they better than other solving removing rust methods? Will we be able to expand that topic? And thank you. Goodbye.